Hi there everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Prestige Liquids. My name is Andrew, and as always it is fantastic to have you here with me again on another whiskey review video. In today's video, again, as always, I have something very special to give to you all today, because really all whiskey is special, and that's why it is always something special. But this one is definitely something a little bit extra special. So let me just stop talking for now and introduce the whiskey that I will be reviewing for you today. So without further ado, there it is, the Backwoods single malt whiskey. This is an Australian whiskey. It is also one of the very first releases bought out by the Backwoods Distillery. It has been created by Brie and Lee Atwood. Now, Backwoods Distillery is a Victorian distillery. They are located in Yackandandah. I think that's kind of around like the Victorian High Country area. This particular release, it's been matured in French oak X20 casks. So 20 is Australian port. It has been vatted from 4 different casks, each of them ranging from about 2.5 to 3 years of maturation. They have used 3 varieties of Aussie malts, a specialty yeast, and the water has been sourced locally in Yackandandah. So we've got a nice, I'll say very wonderful locally sourced whiskey right here. This has also contains no natural color. Sorry. Let me rephrase. Let's rewind that a bit. So okay, so this is all natural color and non-chill filtered. I mean, have a look at that. It's just this nice dark red color, absolutely beautiful. Now, this particular whiskey was released with another whiskey. They had also created a rye whiskey. Both the single malt and the rye were released at the same time to be this distillery's first releases. I was fortunate enough to be able to get my hands on single malt. These, I'll say both releases, I mean, this is, I'm not sure what number this is particular, but this is, this is bottle number 346. I'm not too certain how many bottles of this was actually released, but both sets were sold out within 24 hours. So that's just some a fantastic feat for Brie and Lee, especially for a small Aussie distillery. So that's enough of that. Time to get into the review, because that's why you're here. I'm going to pour a glass and let me tell you what I get for this wonderful whiskey. Alright, that will do. So this has been bottled at 48% ABV, which for me is absolutely fantastic. I find that a lot of whiskeys bottled at about the, say, 46 to 48%, they kind of find that perfect sweet spot. Again, that's my own opinion anyway, but that's always a positive sign for me. I always get very excited when I see a whiskey bottled at that percentage. So let's get on with the review and let's see what we get. So on the nose. Okay, so straight off the bat on the nose, it's all dense fruit. Imagine figs or blackberries, grapes. It's all, the very first hit is all port. It's that tawny note is so dominant, and then you get this nice like blending through of the spirit. So you get this nice tawny punch, and then those nice I keep saying nice, I need to find a better word, but again, you've just got these like beautiful aromas of the spirit that then just start coming up through that tawny cask. So now we're getting more caramel, a very light touch of vanilla, nice earthy grassy notes. Imagine freshly mown nice green grass. There's a very, very light saltiness that comes in. Some barrel char. It just keeps opening and opening. I think I'm getting a very, very light hint of banana, but you really need to search for that. It's definitely not a dominant note, but it comes up very faintly in the background. Okay, let's move on to the palate and let's see what we get. Let's prime the. Let's go for a little taste first. Prime the palate. I would like to first as well point out the legs on this. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it in the glass, but you've got these nice thick legs that are just pouring down the glass. Again, that nice red amber color. That's absolutely beautiful. Such a lovely appearance. Alright, on the palate. Okay, so first you get this nice dry mouthfeel. The cask is very prominent on the initial taste, so you're getting a lot of like white pepper spice coming in from the French oak. A nice waft of smoke coming in through from the barrel char. It's absolutely fantastic. So don't go imagining like a peat smoke. It's a wood fire smoke that's just gently wafting along the breeze. Nice thick mouthfeel. Again, I mentioned the pepper, so you got this nice peppery, spicy note. And then as that washes out, you're left with all these dry fruits. So again, figs, blackberries, apples, pears. Pretty much all your favorite tawny notes are coming in through this at the moment. It's just so well rounded. There's no spiky edges to it at all, which is especially surprising considering that it is such a young whiskey. I mean, like the youngest whiskey in here is about 2.5 years old, so you would expect to have a lot of those just some I have noticed that a lot of say youthful Australian whiskies can kind of feel a bit I guess like I use the phrase like a bit to say spiky. So you have got these very sharp notes. This doesn't have it. It's very rounded. The spirit has been allowed to just blend so well with the cask. Normally what will happen again as well with a lot of the Australian wine cask finish, those wine casks kind of used, I guess, to try and hide a lot of that youth from the spirit, but this has actually been blended together really, really well. It's absolutely fantastic. The cask is complementing the spirit very, very well. There would be no way that I would expect that this would be, say, such a youthful whiskey. It definitely has the feel, say, of more of like a standard like 10-year-old whiskey or something like that. So again, as well, you've got these nice thick honey notes as well, some soft vanilla, little bit of licorice. Again, that kind of opens up in the glass, and you do have to kind of search for it a little bit, but it definitely has a very light licorice note as well. This is absolutely fantastic. And then I think towards the back end of the palate, you've got like a very mild malty note that comes in as well. The finish, it's just so enjoyable. It's probably a short to medium finish. It's quite sweet, but you've got this nice malty funk that comes up as well. Again, more of the the barrel char and the barrel influence are definitely coming through on the palate, sorry, on the finish. And again, you get this, like, these nice soft figs and grape notes as well that are coming up. So this is an absolutely fantastic whiskey. I can't wait to explore more of this and see how it evolves as I get through the bottle. I wish I could have gotten my hands on the rye cask, because I can imagine, I mean, this is absolutely fantastic as it is, and I can imagine that those rye notes would be absolutely fantastic as well. But guys, for now then, this is your batch 1 release. It is absolutely fantastic. I know, especially after having this whiskey now, I've got some really high hopes for Backwoods Distillery. I'm sure you guys are going to be putting out some excellent product, and I cannot wait to see what else you bring to us in the future, because this is absolutely fantastic quality, and I think you guys have now set the benchmark pretty high. So I really am going to be looking forward to seeing what you guys put out next. So that's it. That's my review of the Backwoods Distilling Co. single malt whiskey. I hope you enjoyed it. Guys, if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for joining me on my journey so far. If you're new to the channel, then please consider hitting that bell notification and the subscription button so that you can stay up to date with all future content. And as always, I look forward to seeing you all again on the next review. KIPPIS. Incredible. Bye bye.